I am Jerry Hartman, the president of the Barbara McDowell Foundation. Thank you for joining us today on this anniversary celebration of the foundation. I started the foundation in the spring of 2009 after Barbara's death from brain cancer on January 2nd, 2009, with the assistance of my then law firm, Drinker Biddle, where I had been a partner for many years until I retired in February of 2017. I had one goal, which was to honor and maintain Barbara's memory by perpetuating her social justice activism. Barbara believed deeply in that the underprivileged and indigent members of American society, often living in abject poverty, should receive legal representation for their equal rights in all aspects of American life, including housing, voting, access to public accommodation, and education, so as to be free from discrimination based on their color, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and physical and mental abilities that precluded them from the enjoyment and access to their fundamental civil liberties. Barbara's goal of social justice permeated her whole life, as evidenced by her political activism, beginning with her work for George McGovern presidential campaign, her political support for Barack Obama, her work at her church, Westmoreland United Church of Christ, where she chaired its social justice and outreach committee, her presidency of the inner city organization in the Shore area called the Shore Community Ministry, with its support for area children and housing, the Shore Scholarship Program for that area's high school students, and finally the Legal Aid Society of the District of Columbia, where she headed the first appellate advocacy project and argued many cases in the local District of Columbia courts in numerous substantive areas, including domestic violence, housing, and access to benefits. Barbara's life mission was built upon an incredible legal pedigree, which included Yale Law School, federal clerkships, including one with Justice White, a law firm partnership at Jones Day, her 8 years of service in the Solicitor General's Office of the United States Justice Department, where she argued 18 Supreme Court cases, including the very rare occurrence of 2 on the very same day. All the foregoing says too little about Barbara's vision for America. It guided her personal beliefs and her life's work, that led to the formation of Barbara's Foundation. As Barbara expressed to me, echoing the words of Lyra McKee, the Northern Ireland journalist recently murdered, Barbara saw the poor in America, like the poor in Northern Ireland, as having a poverty of vision and a poverty of ambition. Much too often, Barbara believed, mainstream Americans cast a blind eye on their fellow Americans living in squalor who wanted nothing more than the same equal opportunity enjoyed by so many privileged Americans. Barbara strove to vanquish that sad image. This passion, which fueled the formation of her foundation, drives its two-pronged approach to social justice activism. First, we make grants to social justice organizations that supports the organization's litigation, which has resulted in 45 grants totaling over $1,250,000 in the past 10 years, and 2, to support high-impact social justice litigation, coordinating with Drinker Biddle and various social justice organizations that has led to the filing of some 20 cases. I hope that you will applaud with me Barbara's life work and the work of her foundation on this 10th anniversary of its founding. Thank you very much. I also want to say that before I introduce Judge Millett, who was Barbara's colleague at the Solicitor General's office and a very close friend, it is so nice to see so many friendly faces here tonight, and thank you so much for coming down to Barbara. It makes me very, very happy. I am especially happy to see 2 of my former colleagues from the Philadelphia office of Drinker Biddle, even though they root for the Philadelphia Phillies. But I want to thank them especially for coming. And so let me now introduce Patricia Millett, who's a judge on the United States Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit, and who, as I said, was a close friend of Barbara's and worked with Barbara at the Solicitor General's office. I know Judge Millett would like me to say that she was appointed to the United States Court of Appeals on December 10th, 2013. So she's been on the bench now for close to 6 years. She graduated from the University of Illinois, as you might imagine, summa cum laude, and then she went to Harvard Law School. After working in private practice at Miller and Chevalier, she clerked for Judge Tang on the Ninth Circuit. And then she worked in the Justice Department appellate staff of the Civil Division for a number of years, and then 11 years in the Solicitor General's office. Judge Millett has argued some 33 cases in the Supreme Court, and after leaving the Solicitor General's office, she was a partner at a rival law firm, Aiken Gump, where she was for a number of years. So with that, let me introduce Judge Millett, who's been so kind to come after spraining her ankle over the weekend, and now will limp towards the bench.